Hey guys, this is Nathan Veer, expert on mindset and peak performance for tennis players, which may change, by the way. I was going to make a video actually why I have not been active on social media for over a year right now, why I'm back, some of my personal challenges, what's coming, etc. But then I watched the match between Sinner and Alcaraz, and I thought to myself, damn, I gotta share my takeaways, my enthusiasm, and I'm also genuinely curious what you got out of the match as well. I didn't watch the match in once. I'll share a little backstory, but I really wanted to share some of the key takeaways from the match, specifically that can help you to believe more in yourself when you are down in the score, but also to play with more confidence under pressure, because that's a question I get asked very often as well. And just a very quick some of my takeaways. So to really make it valuable for you. But before we dive in, it was funny because yesterday, when the match was being held, I had a barbecue with friends as well, and I had to make a tough decision because I really wanted to watch the match. It started at 3 p.m. here in the Netherlands, but then I had my barbecue at 5 p.m. and my values are clear, so it was not too hard of a call eventually because I knew I wanted to see my friends and had a great time, by the way. But I left the match halfway when it was 5-2 for Alcaraz in the third set. And after the barbecue, I came back and I asked my dad. Well, like first of all, I told him, do not like tell me who won the match, because if it was a great match, I want to rewatch actually the second part, which is, by the way, a great thing like these days with like with TVs and whatnot. But he said, man, it was like the best match ever, and I was like, okay, I gotta watch it. So we had a day off today in the Netherlands as well. I was lucky with that, and I took some time to watch the second part of the match. And actually this was was quite a bit of a challenge too, because things like this, it's all over social media, on the news, and in my WhatsApp and whatnot. So anytime I was talking to a friend, I've quite some tennis friends, I told them, do not like tell me who won the match. And then I asked my question, and I was not on social media. I mean, I'm not on social media a lot anyway, but I was just trying to really avoid the news because I really wanted to watch the match and not know who was gonna win. So I um, um, I made it work somehow, and I really enjoyed watching the second part. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So two things that really stood out were the level of courage these guys are playing with, especially in the pressure moments, right? When for most people they get more tight or they feel the nerves, etc. And especially in the first like set, also, man, the anytime on a break point they played at their best. And it was interesting at 5-4 in the first set, Alcaraz had something in his eye, and it seemed that like when he was about to serve to stay in the set, he made 4 errors. So I think it may have been a reason why he got a little bit, why he lost his focus a little bit. Um, and in the second set, he picked it up really nicely. And Sinner was just phenomenal in the tiebreak. Again, a very close second set. And then in the third set, when it was when Sinner was a break up, it seemed, or for some people, that it was going to be, it could have been an easy win for Sinner. And but then things, they turn around, and it was, I believe, it had to do with the belief that Alcaraz had in himself that he could still win that match. Because what you see very often with the tennis players when they are down with 2 sets and a break, let's say, or and it it seems like there's almost no chance to win the match. They go for almost like a semi-tank where they kind of try, but there's not the belief. And he just dialed in and he played some of his best tennis. He came back, he won the second set, or the third set, I'm sorry. And then in the fourth, Jannik Sinner obviously had 3 match points. And I felt he still went for it. He played with courage, got a little bit slightly tight, I think, on the second serve on 15-40 when he missed the second serve return by quite a lot. On the third one, I think Alcaraz, I'm not sure if he hit the line or not, but it was very close. He played some great points too, Alcaraz. And in the final set, it was again up and down. And gosh, it was such an amazing match. So it was interesting. Alcaraz was asked during the press conference after the match, did you still believe you could win the match when you were down 3 match points? And he shared with no hesitation, yes, because the last point was not being played yet. And he genuinely believed that. He knew that he could actually still win the match. Of course, the odds were very low, but one of the things that I see many tennis players do when they are down or when they are trying to believe in themselves, they say to themselves like, you can do this, or I've got this. But here's the problem with that when you're trying to be more positive, if you don't fully believe it. Because if you do not believe it deep down internally that you can win the match, then it doesn't work. Then it's a conflict you have from within. It's almost like when you say to yourself, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. But no, you ain't happy, right? And it's key to be honest and sincere with yourself. So what he did, and also Jannik Sinner was also being asked during the press conference, were you thinking about the match points that you did not convert when the match continued, or something along those lines? And there was no hesitation either. It was like, no, I was still just, you let that go, you canceled it to the best of your ability. Of course, it's okay when they still have a thought, and that's what they all do, right? Because Nadal actually has a fun quote, something along the lines of, if you do not have any doubts, it means you're either not intelligent or you're arrogant, which I think is maybe slightly judgmental, but Djokovic says it too, and also female players and the best of the best have their doubts, and it's called being human. It's normal. So it is not about they don't try to force themselves. You've got this. You've got this. You've got this. They simply disengage from the doubts and they fight for every point. That's what Alcaraz, what he said. So instead of trying to fight against your doubts, it's normal. It's being part of being human. You learn to disengage from the doubts. That's what they are a master in, and they fight for every point and they trust the process. That's what they do, which is key. Then I wanted to talk about having the courage, especially under pressure, when they feel nerves or when they get a bit more tight. A question I get asked from a tennis players very often is like, how do I play well under pressure? How do I deal just with the nerves? And it's a common thing. I have them too. So what they do very often is like, maybe a breathing method, like, or they say, don't worry about the score, don't worry about the score, which can be a good intention, but here's the thing. If you don't believe it, again, and if you are lying to yourself in a way, or if you're trying to get rid of the nerves or the tension, then you may have heard of the quote, whatever you resist will persist. Or in other words, whatever you do not want, you will get more of. And what these guys do instead. And by the way, he learned to deal also with the pressure because Alcaraz a couple of years ago against Djokovic, he had his cramps, and he even admitted himself it was due to the pressure. And he talked with psychologists and whatnot to work on this, and he learned, he improved. So it's also a learnable skill that anyone can learn. So when you try to get rid of it, it gets worse. And what they have learned is to embrace it and to face it. And they go for their shots regardless how they feel, even if they feel uncomfortable, even if they do get tight. So they decide upon the level of risk they are willing to take. They're not going to go all crazy, of course, but then they commit and they don't worry about the outcome. That's what they do. And they have mastered this as a skill, and that is what differentiates the best from the rest. Because Alcaraz even mentioned at the press conference as well, this is what champions, when champions are made. And he said it beautifully. He said he was trying to become more comfortable in these situations, so they embrace it, right? Ferrero, his coach, was at the press conference as well, which I thought was great. And he even said it as well. He said Alcaraz was doing this, taking risks, even when he was competing in challengers, back when he was younger as well. So this is the skill that differentiates the best from the rest, that they feel really calm and really, really certain when the nerves are there, when shit hits the fan, etc. When they are experiencing these challenges. So, and this is a learnable skill. It's not rocket science. Anyone can learn this. It is a process, of course, just like when you learn to hit a topspin backhand or whatnot. But anyone can learn this if you are sincere about this. So I genuinely hope this is helpful. Make sure to apply the insights as well. So it's not just data for later, but actually information that you apply, or some shelf help, with all the books and whatnot. I know some of you out there who read tons of books maybe, but it's about implementation, right? So also, for those of you who are serious about really improving your game, want to play with more confidence and get better results, I'm putting together a free resource currently on how many of my students have learned to play more freely and improve their rating, their ranking in less time through neuroscience. I should be done with that by the end of this week, maybe latest by upcoming week. I'll share that in the description. So that's my gift for you as well. I'll make sure I will announce it when that is ready. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Generally hope this was helpful, and I'm curious to hear also what you get out of the match too. So please let me know in the comments. Excited to hear them. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.